Maybe another round of applause for Melissa. I mean, it takes a lot of guts to come up here and say everything like that, because that's just such a heart-wrenching story. I mean, I've seen the video. It's just so sad, and it's just so great that there's a program like Big Brothers Big Sisters that exists for these kids to have every opportunity just to have a normal life. So for those of you I didn't get a chance to mingle with, my name is Damien, and like we had just mentioned, I have been a Big Brother for a little over 3.5 years, and let me tell you, it's been quite the ride. So my little's name is Jose, and I'm usually only talking to a few people at a time about my involvement, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm really excited to be here tonight with you guys. So in an effort to not ramble on and not get too carried away, I want to tell you a couple of things. One, I want to tell you about the night that I met Jose, and two, how it is that we got to where we are today. So first of all, I will never forget the day that I walked into the Big Brothers Big Sisters office for the first time. I was on my way to Diana's office. I think she's here. She's my match specialist. And I was then introduced to Jose and his mother, Sylvia. Now, honestly, in my head, I am freaking out at this point. And I have all the pressure weighing in on my shoulders, especially when Diana took Sylvia out of the room and left Jose and I just to get to know each other. So as soon as we're done with this Wayne World episode, I'll be carrying on. Okay, so every minute that I was in that room with Jose alone, each minute seemed like hours. But alas, we did find something to talk about, and that was baseball. Diana noticed that Jose and I really clicked and had an easy time talking about just sports in general. So she, gave the suggestion, why don't you guys go spend your first few outings at some sporting events? Easy enough. So the first time that Jose and I really started talking about sports, he actually talked. And he did become more talkative the more and more we did talk about sports. And when I say more talkative, guys, I mean he was giving me the one-word answers with the shaking of the head yes and the shaking of the head no. But he did open up to me a little bit more as soon as we had about a month or two in and a handful of outings later. He did start to open up. And that's when I found out that Jose was special. Jose had actually been in the program before and had previously been matched with another Big. Now, unfortunately, that Big was unable to keep his commitments to Jose, so he had to pull out of the program a little early. So when I showed up, Jose already had his gun shy, his nervousness. He just didn't know if he wanted to have another Big. It actually took one very, very special baseball game in order for me to gain Jose's trust. That game was a Braves and Angels game, and like all kids, he wanted to go see batting practice. Unfortunately, he had never been able to go attend the batting practice, so once the opportunity presented itself, we were all over it. And again, in true fashion, like all kids, he bolted straight to the end of the row, screaming and yelling at every single baseball player, just begging for a baseball. Unfortunately, he wasn't lucky enough to get one, and so he kind of did one of these, head down, all the way back to our seats. And I tried to just reassure him, we're at a baseball game, we're going to have some fun. And so he kind of gave me the, yeah, all right, okay. And wouldn't you know it, about halfway through the game, crack! Eric Ibar hits this screaming foul ball right towards us. And guess who catches the ball?
Jose.
Nope, this guy. I was so excited. I had been to hundreds of baseball games. Never caught a foul ball before. So excited, and with everyone's eyes on me for that catch, which in my mind was awesome, I really only felt two eyes that mattered that were looking at me. And that's when I turned to Jose and said, now, isn't this a better way to get a baseball? Truthfully, guys, I have never seen someone's eyes widen so big before. Jose was so excited that he actually hugged me. Ketchup and all, with his hot dog all over my neck. So, at that moment in time, as I'm standing here before you guys, just sharing my story, it was that experience that really clicked for me and Jose. I can honestly tell you that Jose has grown in all facets. One being the fact that he's now taller than me, so I'm the little in the relationship. But two, his personality has really begun to show its true colors. He's become more open with his friends, he's more trustworthy, I have restored his trust, and more importantly, he is confident in telling me anything about his upbringing and any personal challenges that he may have. So as I stand before you guys all tonight, kind of share my story with you, I ask that you don't think of the reasons why not to get involved, but think of the things that you guys can do, the things that you do on an everyday basis, that will actually just put a smile on these kids' faces. Because that's what it's all about.